Wow, this is going to be, this is at a really funny angle. I can't even see if you can see what I can see. Can you see what I can see? Yeah. I've got, I was going to change little Grace here into this little outfit. As I say, I can't see if you can see because I'm at a really funny angle. If I move anything, it's all going to go flying. What I did want to tell you, I watched Suzanne's video this morning about a ghost, and I thought you might be interested to hear about the ghosts that I saw. Now, this is one of the only one that I've actually seen. There's been lots of funny occurrences because I've worked in hospitals, but this was at the house we used to live in. We had an old larder in the kitchen, you might call it a pantry, and I had something, I think it was dog food or something, on the bottom, right on the floor, and I bent down to get it. Now Ben, we had Ben then, but I thought he was with, well, let me start again. I was bending down to get something out the bottom of the pantry, and next to me was sitting this black dog. Now, as clear as anything, he was sitting, I can't see if you can see my hands or what, sitting next to me. As I bent down, I said, "Keep your nose out." I bent down to get whatever I was getting out the bottom of this larder, turned round, stood up. As I stood up, I turned round and looked out the kitchen window, and there was Ben at the bottom of the garden. So I don't know what dog was sitting next to me, but it was a black dog. I used to have another black dog years and years before. But yeah, it was really strange, and I went cold, as you do. And I swear blind, there was a dog sitting next to me. So it must have been a ghost. It really must have been, because there was no other dogs, and the back door was shut. It was closed, so he couldn't have got in or out. Another occurrence, well, it's not my occurrence, where my stepdaughter lives, this house where she lives, she always felt uncomfortable in the hallway. And when my granddaughter was a baby, she used to chat to this person that she could see and nobody else could. Well, it got a bit of out of hand one day when my stepdaughter was sitting in the lounge, and my granddaughter, all she could see was my granddaughter sitting there rolling this ball, but she never saw who rolled it back. After that, she got a priest in to bless the place, and they never had problems again. They still have feelings that something's on the stairs, but they never had problems with that, you know, with my granddaughter talking and seeing things again. Yeah, there's funny things happen. We can't tell whether, I mean, we're not going to know, are we, really, if people come back when they've gone? Unless something happens to you. And, you know, that's the only way you're going to know about it. As I say, we used to have our break. I always worked nights at the hospital. We used to have our breaks in one of the big rooms. Now, it was first stage recovery, after operations. And of course it was empty at night. So we used to go and have a quick nap on one of the beds in our break. And there was one particular corner none of us would have a break in, because every time you did, you woke up as though somebody was choking you. And that was not funny, really not funny. A lot of people wouldn't go in there again after that. I used to still go in there, but I used to pull the curtains around that bed. We would never sleep in that bed. It was quite handy really, because the night sisters used to come up and use that room as well. But once this happened to them, they refused to come up again. So that was good. But, you know, I never had any problems after that. It was built on an old farm, and some people reckon they'd seen a farmer, you know, with a check coat or a check jacket, or check shirt rather. But I never saw anything like that. Just funny occurrences. Just really funny occurrences. Somebody swears blind, somebody was shaking their foot and things like that. But woke up with somebody. And another hospital I used to work in, that was just closed. I'd done some bank work. No, agency. It wasn't agency, but it was bank, like the hospital. I did go there to work for a little bit, a few nights. And that was a bit weird, because all the hospital was closed down apart from 2 wards. And it was an old workhouse previous to it being a hospital. And one of the nurses, she went off for a break one night, and she come back absolutely white as a sheet and shaking. And she said an old lady had woke her up, shaking her shoulder, leaning over her while she was asleep in the armchair from her break. And nobody was out their beds. There was only the 2 wards opened. In fact, I think there was only 1 ward at the time, because it was the last ward to close before it all moved up to the new hospital. So, anyway, let me just move you. I hope you could see this video. I really do. There she is. There's my beautiful Grace. And there's Stanley. I laid him over there. He looks a bit out of sorts because I've moved him. These 2 are still here. But yeah, this is a little bit big on Grace. It's only newborn, but it's beautiful. I love that. It's so soft. And this soft baby pink, I love. Right, I'm going to go. And I hope this has come out. I'll have a quick view of it and see. If it hasn't, then I'll have to redo it. Okay, bye-bye.